Hi guys, it's Charlotte and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about why internal links are so important for Squarespace SEO. So you might remember that a couple weeks ago, I did a video called the 3 different types of links and why they matter for Squarespace SEO. So I'm gonna link to that one up above. If you haven't checked that out already, I definitely recommend that you do. And in this video, we're gonna dive deeper specifically into internal links because they are one of the most underappreciated aspects of SEO in general, whether it's a Squarespace website or any other type. And when you know and understand how internal links work, you could really use that to your advantage and start seeing some big improvements with SEO and see the changes of how your site is ranking, specifically certain key pages or posts or products, whatever you want on your website. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. So internal links, just as a very, very quick recap, it's anytime you put a link on your website that links to another part of your website. So that could be another page on your website, blog post, product, gallery, event, anything really that you have. You're basically linking from one part of your website to another. And there's a bunch of different reasons why you might want to do this, but I'm going to go through a couple of those quickly for you and specifically why they matter from an SEO point of view, okay? So the first reason why we do this is that internal links help with crawlability. Okay, so crawlability basically means that anytime a search engine like Google or like Yahoo or Bing or whatever, when they come and land on your website, they're going to be crawling and indexing the content of your website, right? And as they're going through the content, they're trying to understand what is this web page or website about? And anytime they see a link, they're going to click through and follow that link, which then, if it's an internal link, helps them to explore other parts of your website. So you're kind of saying oh, you might be starting here, Google, but also go and visit all these other parts. So it's another way to just kind of help strengthen that site map that you have and make sure that Google is accessing all the content that you have on your website. Maybe it's new content, old content, whatever it is. Okay? So crawlability is a big thing. The second reason why we pay attention to internal links for Squarespace SEO benefits is that it helps to distribute the page rank and expand the authority of a particular page. Okay, so what I mean by that is basically let's say you have one particular page that you're trying to rank higher than others. Maybe that's the home page or one of your particular services pages or something like that. The more you link internally to that specific page, then in Google's mind, they're going to be oh, this must be a more important page than some of these other random blog posts that you're not linking to hardly ever, right? So as you are establishing authority with your website in general, you can also use that to your advantage and distribute the page rank, not just from the particular page that you have, but also from all the pages that you're linking to. So that's a really good thing, right? Because remember that oftentimes people will land on your website, whether it's a page on your website, a blog post, a product or something, through just a random Google search or through a random link or whatever on the internet. And if you can kind of include links, that helps to make sure that people know how to navigate, which brings us really well into our third point that we're talking about, that it's useful from a user experience point of view. And remember, user experience and SEO are quite well linked because, Google wants to return the best, the highest quality and the most relevant pieces of content in any online search. And if your piece of content is proven to have really high user experience and be really valuable for particular keyword searches, then you're more likely to rank higher for it, right? So if you're using internal links, going back to that point, remember someone might be landing on a random page or blog post or something just from a search result, and they are landing on your website for the first time. They have no idea who you are. They don't know you, your brand, your offerings, your products, your services, whatever. So if you can link internally to it, it's also a way of helping the site visitor to be hey, check this out or look at this. You're providing something useful that's more than just text. You're being oh, okay, if you like this, go view it here, essentially. So those are some of the reasons why we really like internal links from a Squarespace SEO point of view. Now I'm going to go through a couple examples of that so you can see how it works. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Okay, here we go, good. So I'm just gonna show you a few examples of like what does an internal link actually look like, right? So this is just a blog post on my website. You can see that, yeah, like you have these links up in your, the main navigation menu and stuff, but those are not really the internal links we're talking about. This is more like the main navigation. Instead, when we're talking about internal links, let's just scroll down here. You can see here that, I have all of these links on the page. And if you click to it, it takes you over to that particular blog post or over to this particular, Squarespace SEO consulting services page that I have, or my online course, Top Squarespace SEO. And you see what I've done here is that I have set it up in a way that the link is actually using a really descriptive anchor text, right? So here, the blog post title literally is Squarespace SEO 101 Beginner's Guide to the 3 Most Important Website Settings. And side note, I'll link to that down below in the description in case you're watching this on YouTube. You can take a look at it because it's a good one. But you see here, like I haven't just been like, read this blog post or something and then link to it. Instead, I've used all of that really good, valuable text, or same thing here, like with my consulting, like Squarespace SEO consulting, like that is the section of text that's linked to it. So I didn't do something like, I share with my Squarespace SEO consulting clients, click here to learn more, and then like linked the click here or something. No. That would be that's kind of a missed opportunity. Instead, you want to be linking the anchor text that's descriptive and using those keywords that are really helpful here. So those are some examples of internal links, and I've got a few more here. And again, this is great because not only is Google able to like crawl and view the content and like click through and follow it, but it's also going to be really helpful for the actual person who's using it. Okay. And now before I give you a demo on how to actually set it up, I want to point out that I have a Squarespace SEO checklist. It's a 1-page download. It's totally free, and it's honestly an incredible resource if you're still, figuring things out with Squarespace SEO. So I'm going to link to that down below, but it's a 1-page checklist, totally free. I know you're going to love it, which is why I wanted to mention it here for you, because maybe you didn't know that this was something I have already that will help you. Okay, so now that we've talked about internal links, let me show you how to actually set that up, okay? So this is a demo Squarespace website. It's using the Raleigh template, one of the Brian templates in Squarespace 7.0, but if you're using 7.1, that's totally fine. It's gonna be pretty similar, okay? So let me just give you an example of how I would set up an internal link, let's say on a blog, okay? So this is just a, fake blog post that I have here. Let me make it a bit bigger. I've got my holder, whatever filler text and stuff. And now let's say here that I wanted to link to another blog post. You can see here that I'm using the full text of the blog post title, or like the services page, or like whatever you want to do. Okay. So you highlight the section of text that you want to do, and then you click this little link button. And then here you can either just put in the URL directly, or in Squarespace, you can click the button and then, toggle through to the different pages, right? And then if you click on it, you can search through all of the different, stuff that you want to link through, whatever it is, right? You can do email, phone, like all of those sorts of things, right? You can set it to open in a new window or not. Doesn't, not a huge deal. Often if you're linking externally, you would open it into a new window because you don't want people to leave your site. But if you're linking internally, you can either set it to open in a new window or not. It's up to you. And then you would just click save, okay? So that is basically how internal links work. Let me see. Whoop, oh, there, I'm back. Okay, so that is what internal links are, why they're important for Squarespace SEO, and how to set them up on your own Squarespace website. So I hope you found this helpful. If you like this video, like it, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And if you're interested in learning more about Squarespace SEO or growing your website, reaching a wider audience online, you can take a look at the other videos that I have here on my YouTube channel, or all the other content, blog posts, resources, guides, trainings, you name it, it's over on my website, which is charlotteohara.ca. And again, that's linked to down below in the description if you want to go check it out. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you again soon. Bye.